Hi, Yimi. Yimi. It's cold out.
It's, we've had car crashes today. People had to take trains instead of jumping their cars.
Yeah.
People are strolling in
early.
And had to get in early to be responsible.
Oh.
I guess what? The snow is north and west of the city?
Yeah, but...
I know it's snowing here in Manhattan. I'm not stupid, but it's a lot worse north and west.
Yeah, here's the deal. I think for the majority of the rush hour, by that time it's going to be okay, but we're kind of like the pioneers whenever there's these early morning snowstorms. Yeah. And we all take different modes of transportation. Some walk, some take the subways, some take cabs.
Yeah.
I drive, pretty good distance from Long Island. So we all have a little smorgasbord of what it's like in those circumstances. I actually drove like a human being today, pretty civilized, and it was really treacherous out there, even in what I like to call the SUV lane, which is the get out of the left lane if you're in a Toyota.
Get the F out of the way
Just
lane.
Get out of the way. If you want to drive and plow into a wall...
But you're a responsible driver when it's snowing and icing. You're slowing it down and stuff a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like 70.
Yeah, that's slow.
I take it easy.
Yeah, absolutely. But I like your observation that we're pioneers.
Yeah, we're pioneers.
We're the ones that have the first footsteps in the snow if we walk to work.
Danny was talking about driving, and he's like, I pull out onto a road, and I'm the first set of tire tracks. And
I'm the guy.
Snow.
Someone has to start this.
Yeah, I did that this morning as I'm pulling down to the first stop sign, which is kind of on a downhill.
Yeah.
So, you kind of tap the brakes. You make sure you're not going to slide right down the hill through the intersection. I'm looking and going, there's no tire tracks. There hasn't been tire tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm the first guy to drive down this and try and test this crap out.
You ever drive down a street like that and realize, oh, my God, I'm on the sidewalk?
You have no idea where anything is, really.
Yeah, you have no idea.
That happened on the expressway because the expressway was completely covered in snow.
Right.
And people they can't quite gauge where the lanes are.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the guy next to me, and he's got the dotted white lines, like, right in the middle of his car for some lane or another. I'm in the HOV lane, but he's so far over into the left lane that I think I'm on the shoulder of the HOV lane. I have no idea.
Between like 3 and 6, it's make your own lane.
Make your own lanes.
They can't pull you over for that.
Make your own way. Yeah, you're a pioneer. That's it.
That's a great way to look at it. And we got John Montone as a fan of the show. He does street stuff for Wins here in New York.
Yeah, local news station.
He was scolding some guy. He was using the radio station to scold. To yell at some dude.
I listen to Wins on the way in, get my news, and traffic and weather and things like that. And John Montone is the guy that they send out. He's the guy on the street. We've had him on the show before.
Sure.
And he has this voice, and his ending, his little tag on all of his stories is whatever the guy that he's interviewing just said.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's going to be a tough drive. A tough drive.
Indeed.
Yeah, a tough
Throws
drive.
in one of those dumb words at the end.
We're just going to have to suck it up and get ourselves to work. Suck it up and get ourselves to work.
Indeed.
But he didn't do that today.
Right.
Today he goes, and to the pinhead in the red Honda who was doing 70 in the right lane passing tractor trailers, hey, buddy. If you're still alive, slow down.
He actually said if you're still alive.
He reprimanded someone on the air. I was dying.
John Montone's a dick.
No. John Montone rules. I listen every day.
Yeah, we like him. He's all right.
It was so funny to hear him calling someone out. Hey, buddy.
Pinhead.
Allie.
He said, pinhead, bud.
Hey, you.
Nice. So... There you go.
Made it in. Well, somebody's got a little red raspberry on their noggin. If you look over there.
Wait, that's from this morning, Danny?
Who do you think it was from?
Yeah. Well, why are you here?
Because I'm all right.
What happened, Dan? Look at his head. He was in a car accident on the way in.
Yeah, nothing like snow. Nothing like the city preparing for a snowstorm with no salt and no plows on the streets.
Well, they got to wait for it to snow for a while.
No, you know what it is? The city's broke. Everyone's broke. It used to be there would be sanders and plows out when the first flurry came down, when everybody was, doing well.
Yeah.
Now I hit that New York City line on the expressway, they might as well have just drawn it with someone's foot in the snow, because it was that obvious. You hit it, and all of a sudden, nothing was plowed or salted.
They should have a huge sign. You're on your own now.
Yeah, you're on your own.
Good luck.
To be honest, I've never, I've lived in New York my entire life, so I've seen plenty of snowstorms. I've never seen the roads so poorly planned for. And it's not a lot of snow on the ground. There really isn't. But there's nothing.
They didn't salt?
No salt, no plows.
Because they usually throw that salt down early. They do that.
Dude, we used to make fun of how they would say, like, oh, my God, there's going to be this big snowstorm. And before the first, flake came down, the salters are out there. The news is talking to the salting trucks. Today, nothing. Ungats, as my relatives used to say.
The main highways aren't so bad because there's traffic here and there, so the cars trudging through, it just kind of makes it slushy and wet, which is no big deal. But it's those little roads where you have to get off a highway that merges onto another highway, and there's not a lot of traffic on those little roads like that, so there was nothing there. I think I was the first set of tire treads, and that's exactly where I lost it.
And then the second set is the guy that's laughing at which way the first set are going.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, look at those tire treads.
Wow, I didn't think a car could move in that direction like that.
It was ice skating.
You ever try to figure out how the car, you're like, wait
a minute, I'm seeing 4 tire tracks.
How do you make a squiggly line like that with a car?
Well, I had to figure out how.
Spirograph.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There you go.
I had to figure out how, once my car started, because I thought I was going to have to call a tow truck. So once it started, I had to figure out how I was going to get back on the road and not get into a car accident again, because I was completely turned the other way at this point, so I had to try to maneuver my car.
So, how fast were you going?
Not fast at all. Probably.
Was it one of those slow motion crashes
totally.
we've all experienced?
Absolutely.
Where you watch it happen for a good 30 seconds, I know I'm hitting something.
Yeah, Stump Rain. Yeah, I'm gonna be in a little late. Yeah. No, I'm having an accident. No, I haven't had it yet. It's happening.
But there's nothing else I could do. Yeah.
What do you do? Turn into the... All right, I'm turning into the skid.
Yeah.
And I'm still going. All right, I'll call you after I crash.
It's one of those situations where there's nothing else you could do. You just got to wait for the impact.
That's exactly what it was, too.
That sucks.
I was on the highway maybe doing 40, 45. I was taking it nice and easy. And then, I get off to get onto that, little service road sort of the LIE. And right as I get off, because there was, no plows, no nothing. So right as I got off, just started skidding immediately. And it's slow, like I said. So I was only doing, so now I'm slowing down from 40, Feel it go right, feel it go left. I'm doing that little, I'll go with, I'll go right with my wheel, then left with the wheel. I knew it was coming from a mile away. So, I just pretty much braced for impact and tried to do the least amount of damage to my car when I hit the car.
And your head, it is nice and shiny red there.
That is. You got to take a picture of that and pop it up.
Yeah, we'll put it up on onaradio.com.
So, what was I going to ask you? No seatbelt?
No, but it wouldn't have mattered. I still would have hit my head.
How?
It was on, the lip of where the sunroof is. You know how there's, that little piece of
but doesn't the shoulder belt hold you down as well as...
Well, you know what it was? I was up. I knew it was going to happen, right? So, I'm in the seat, and I'm kind of, bracing. I wasn't,
So I put my head through the sunroof and closed it around my neck.
Well, what I did, I was as straight, I tried to make myself as straight as possible and as far back into the seat as possible.
You did have time.
I told you, it went on forever.
I'm sitting, I'm bracing for impact.
I thought about it 4 times as it's happening. I'm like, I just bought this car a month ago.
Yeah.
And that's all that's going through my head. And I'm I know I'm crashing. And I had the time to think about how I wanted to crash.
How bad's the damage?
How much damage?
It's bad enough, man.
Is it?
I'll need a new bumper.
Nah, you don't need a bumper.
Headlights, all right?
You know what? Surprisingly, it hit just under, so my headlight actually made it.
I just drive around like that. Who cares?
Yeah, but you know what? It just
like
stinks.
a goddamn...
That's right.
You can't.
That's right.
It wouldn't bother me so much if I didn't just get the car literally 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And it's not even a nice car, and it's probably the nicest car I've ever had. So it's just
God.
You know what I'm saying? It's a 10-year-old car, and it's the nicest thing I've ever driven.
That sucks. By the way, the tow truck guys are calling. They're out there. We know you're out there, just not as many as we're used to seeing. All right, let's acknowledge that. Because hey, big fan, I'm plowing right now. We're out here.
Shut it. We were talking about before the fact. Where the salters were out there.
Yeah.
We know the city's cutting the budget to crap. There's an article in the paper today about the fear that New York City's going to go back to the 70s. The New York City of the 70s, as we all remember, was just a paradise if you were a pimp, a hoe, a drug dealer, a drug addict. muggers. Giuliani, when we were prosperous, turned New York City into what it turned into, which was a great tourist attraction, one of the safest cities to visit.
You're not one of those guys that believe that one guy makes all the difference in the world, do you? I mean, you're not one of those, right? I think it always comes down to the economy, and then the guy happens to be in that position at the right time.
Right. You need the guy, but you also need the circumstance.
But it's not fair that Giuliani gets all that credit because the economy was just amazing.
No, the economy had been good under other administrations, and then just, we were coming out of a lot of crap financially when Dinkins got in, and he just wasn't the guy to instate a lot of the things that Giuliani did. Giuliani did a great job of cleaning up New York City.
Right.
Whether you like it now or don't, crime is at the lowest it's ever been. It's coming back up now.
A little bit.
Coming back is crime to New York City.
A little bit.
Yeah. But as far as a quality of life, they called it, those things, they really did help because it brought tourism back. People weren't afraid to come to New York. It brought businesses in, and now people are afraid it's going to go back because the city's broke. I don't know who's glazing this over. Bloomberg's kind of like, well, we need to do this or we're going to have problems. We're in the decay right now.
No, not yet. They put a paint job on the whole city.
Did they?
Hoping people aren't going to notice yet.
You know what you notice?
You put a nice fresh coat of paint on everything.
You notice the paint peeling is what you notice. You also notice, look at billboards. You see ads for movies that came out in the summer.
Dude, I'm glad you said that.
It means that they're not selling ad space.
Wait, I was in a cab yesterday on the way home. There was one of those tour buses advertising the Christmas show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, man, ad dollars are way down if they can't find another client for this bus. It still has Santa Claus on the side.
Ad dollars down. I've noticed, which is a good thing also, not as many cops on the road, just sitting there waiting to ticket you. I guess there's more profitable things they could be doing.
I don't know.
Or they just cut them back so much.
Well, it's good for us.
I think they're just giving tickets from the stupid ticket people, not the real cops. It's just a lot of these little things you start seeing and going,
Well, you said that you saw a guy with a rag the other day.
Oh, yeah.
That's a sign.
Yep, guy, he had a rag.
Dirty
in his
rag.
hand, starts
spitting on it to clean your windshield.
So he just started wiping some guy's window. Mine? Excuse me. No.
Never happened.
They know 4 cars away not to come near my car. And I have heavy things in my car to throw at them. I'll throw it right at their face and then speed away like a coward.
Of course.
But
well, we
at
all
least
do
I'll
that,
get my shot in.
Yeah.
But no, this guy started wiping a guy's window down. And then he goes to the driver's side and puts his hand out for change. It's
You know what Rudy used to do? He used to ride around in a black SUV. He would have guys take him around at night, unmarked. No one knew it was the mayor. And he would have these guys take him around the city, and he would see what was really going on.
Yeah.
And he would point out what he wanted done, but he really saw it close.
Why doesn't the governor do that? Oh, damn it.
Oh, boy. No.
Want to apologize to the governor of New York.
He did, actually. They tied him to the roof like a piece of luggage. Just peeked around and yelled, "What's happening?"
There's more homeless out there.
Yeah.
In my neighborhood, not a lot, but you're starting to see businesses closing down.
Yep.
Not a lot, but just here and it's sprinkled right now.
Doesn't
but
happen
you're
overnight.
Bing, bing over here, and all of a sudden graffiti. I don't know why that happens. You close your doors, graffiti the next day.
Doesn't happen overnight, but
why don't the graffiti people just do it while the business is still in business? I never understood that.
Then they cover it up real quick.
You think?
Yeah. You want your tag up there for a while.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Opie Radio on Twitter.
Oh, good one.
Actually, I took a picture of a homeless guy. I don't even know if my picture did it justice. I was at the Red Eye Grill having a really nice lunch, and I look out the window, and I'm like, wow. There's a homeless guy, and we've all seen the homeless guy go into the garbage and try to find some stuff. Yeah. And usually they put it in their bag and they walk away. This guy was in full chow mode.
Just munching.
Full chow mode. Just munching.
In the garbage.
Yes.
That's a life-size rat.
Yes.
That's a rat man.
And no one, and all the business people, because it's Midtown, they're just walking by like it's nothing. They've seen it all in this town. But this guy, just scooping with his hand. It had to be some kind of Chinese food or something. And just shoveling it into his...
You know what the trouble is? You're in a dumpster an hour later. Cha-cha-cha.
But and I'm seeing more of that.
Yep.
You know,
It's the slow,
just a little bit.
granules coming off the sides of the buildings when you're walking down. The slow decay. The that's what happens. Right now is a very interesting time. We gotta recover from this kind of pronto, or things are gonna. We're looking at some kind of class conflict or a complete breakdown of our inner cities.
You better have room for me and my girl, because if this city goes back to the late 70s, I'm running out of here scared.
Dude, you ever see that Twilight Zone where the guy builds the bomb shelter and all the neighbors laugh at him? And then there's that's going to be me.
All right, good.
No, you're going to be knocking, and I'm going to be, I only have this so much ammunition and food.
I thought you'd at least, invite me in before you close everyone else out.
No, that's the point.
I want to make the cut.
You break the door down, and I give everyone a
I want to make
speech.
the cut. Remember the headline, the famous headline in the Post? What was it, when Ford was president and basically told
Drop
New York,
dead.
Drop dead was the quote.
Ford
That's right.
tells New York, drop dead.
What year was that, like 77?
Yeah.
It's not going to get that bad, is it? And who was the mayor back then?
Lindsay?
Was
When
it
did Koch
Mayor
start?
Lindsay? I think it was before 77.
Really?
Yeah.
Like 70.
I think Carter was
Wait,
in
here we go.
77.
Wow, good job, Danny.
Carter was
73?
Yeah, that was early. That was 73.
Does that look like a 73?
I think it was
Hard to say.
Mayor Lindsay was in.
Ford?
Abe
75
was
about?
after.
Ford to City. Wait, put that headline up again. It's one of the most famous newspaper headlines in New York history. It says Ford to City, drop dead.
Yeah, the city was asking for federal money.
Yeah.
Because it was broke. And Gerald Ford said, you ain't getting a dime.
Vows he'll veto any bailout.
Yep.
Abe Carey, rip stand. Stock skid down.
Abe Beam?
Dow down. Wow. Look at this. Stock skid. Dow down 12.
Wow. Dow down 12, and that's a stock skid.
Oh, my. Would we take
that? Was like 5%, probably.
Would we take the Dow being down 12?
When it moves 12, no one cares. It's like, it's even today.
We would take it down 12 for the next 60 straight days.
It doesn't matter.
It would be
Dow slide. Whoa, 12.
12.
Holy Jesus.
I guess they were working in fractions back then.
I'm in the money today. We went up 6 points.
Dow's up 6 cents today. We're in a good place.
Jeez. That's old.
Yeah, jeez. All right. Just warming up here. 877-212-0-A. So we got the snowy day here in New York. And it's funny when we talk about the weather here in New York, because we're a national. Actually, we're all over the world. I mean,
yes,
here and there. We don't have a ton of listeners in places like Hawaii or I know people listen in Japan and England, but they're here and there.
Yeah.
But we have
the Netherlands.
The Netherlands. We have a nice-sized audience across America, and when we talk weather here, they're like, shut up. We got ice storms in the Midwest.
Well, this is also, this is stuff that was blown over from the Midwest, and they really got creamed with ice and stuff. We're not going to even get what they said, though. It's going to turn over to rain by the afternoon.
We never get so.
I know.
We get one real deal storm every year.
Maybe.
People are checking out the picture of Danny's bump that you sent out on Twitter. Once again, Opie Radio.
Looks like he was hit squarely with a ball-peen hammer.
And they're commenting, which is great.
Of course.
The best one so far. Danny drives like he plays Guitar Hero. Oh, Danny. Oh.
Wow, that one. What hurts more, the bump or that comment?
I don't even get that one.
Oh, Danny.
See, because he played poorly when the intern beat him.
And you really got to take it because it was someone anonymously said that, Danny.
Well, of course. Why would they?
What else are they saying about you? I see you looking at the comments.
I just. My dad commented. He hopes I was wearing a seatbelt. Thank you, Dad.
Is that really your dad?
Yeah, I wasn't, by the way.
I wasn't.
You really got to wear the seatbelt.